turn on the sound, transition over to the hello screen. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Don't have too much to share other than the physical therapy exercises that I have to do now are hard, and it's I don't know. I guess I don't want to say it's annoying because like I'm trying to live with less pain, or no pain, hopefully. It's
Yeah, no
just
pain is good.
yeah, it's just doing the physical therapy stuff is it's hard to maintain the routine, especially with the exercises themselves being difficult to do. But I don't know. I will hopefully get into somewhat more healthy shape so I can walk and stand and run and do all sorts of regular basic person activities. But aside from that, I don't have too much to share. I guess I finished Brave New World, and I'm reading through Brave New World Revisited, although it does not feel like it's story relevant. Although I guess it's talking about like the author's excuse me, decision making process in a couple of the reasons that they made specific choices in their book. Excuse me. Bam. I didn't like Brave New World that much. It was not as good a story as I had been led to believe. I don't know. Do you have any opinions on Brave New World that you want to share, Mama?
I read it long ago, like 40 years ago.
Yeah. Do you remember enjoying it as far as a story or a social
No,
critique or?
not particularly, no.
Hmm. Yeah.
It,
I
it was it was better than that one book that
1984,
no.
Red Badge of
Um
Courage.
yes. The one my brain refuses to accept
Acknowledge.
exists.
Yeah. Um. I maybe I should go ahead and give. I know we talked about previously giving Red Badge of Courage another go. Um. Whether or not it should be my next book, just for the memes, is to be determined. I haven't finished the revisited section of it, of Brave New World, so I'll try to read through that. But that one's the the revisited section of Brave New World is feels like the person who has eaten a thesaurus and is now vomiting up a variety of words with
Ah,
no additional meaning added. um, so
and
that's
was this written with any input by Aldous Huxley at all?
it was Aldous Huxley.
Oh, it was Aldous Huxley. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and yeah, that it has made me slightly concerned about.
That it
I
is
guess
relevant.
yeah, it's definitely relevant. It's just like, why are you using these words? Why are you saying these things? The things that you have now said have added absolutely no extra meaning. It just feels like you liked your writing style so much. It was like the writing version of the person who loves their own voice, where they just simply talk and say words without actually communicating ideas, and that's unfortunately my interpretation of Brave New World Revisited so far. Um, Either
Sounds
that or
I guess.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sounds reasonable, I guess.
Yeah. Uh,
Not having ever read it.
yeah. It's either that or I just simply disagree with the decisions that they make. But I feel like I would have a better grasp of understanding what they're trying to say if it was just disagreement. Um, so it could be some element of both of those things. But I feel like they're not really saying anything to me in order to disagree with, but I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, literature review out of the way. Have there been any books that you've been reading, Mama, that you want to share?
Nah, I've just been rereading The Earth's Children.
Hmm.
I had to get another copy of Mammoth Hunters because I could not find my copy, and I cannot find my copy of Plains of Passage. I have no idea where either of those books have gone.
Hmm. That's really upsetting. Books generally don't wander off on their own, so getting misplaced
No,
is really annoying.
and I thought I had read them since being here, but
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Why I would only miss those two, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Of course, you're gonna go buy additional copies of them, and then you'll open the box that they're in and be like, oh, yeah, of course they were in this box, which they should not have been in.
Well, and I, because they're in the middle of the series.
Hmm.
Why I would be missing two in the middle of the series is beyond me. But I know when I was first unpacking the books that I was missing, like, books in the middle of series and or parts of series,
Hmm.
and no idea why that was. And then I found a bunch of Stephen King books, and this has been several years ago, of course, but
Hmm.
I don't enjoy Stephen King.
Hmm.
But your dad liked Stephen King. So I'm thinking some of the boxes of books got stuck in the wrong files.
Hmm.
I'm keeping these books, and the I'm getting rid of these books. So because I would have gotten rid of the Stephen King books,
Hmm.
but I don't know. Because Stephen King usually puts me to sleep.
It don't you have a joke picture of you reading Insomnia or something like that?
Yes, it was for like International Reading Day or something
Hmm.
when everybody was supposed to put a book of themselves reading as their profile picture for the day. Yeah. Yeah, the book was open on my face because I had fallen asleep with it.
Wasn't it something like the Insomnia Cure or something like that?
No, the name of the book was Insomnia, excuse me. And
Okay.
it just happened to be the cure for insomnia for me.
Oh, right. Right, yeah. Um, yeah.
I mean, I don't remember how many pages it was. I feel like it was like 900 pages or something, and it could have been done in 300, but
Yeah. Some
without losing
authors,
anything.
yeah, some authors are unnecessarily verbose, and then just some plot elements are or plot lines are just completely frivolous.
Well,
Um,
and his older stuff was okay.
mhm.
But after he was nearly killed, he like everything became the epic story, and they were just became like, why are you taking this off on a tangent that goes nowhere
Yeah.
and has no use to the plot?
Yeah,
So
there
I don't
is
know.
there is some element of discretion needed to decide whether or not certain plot lines are relevant because, I mean, technically nothing needs to be added to, nothing needs to be a part of the story, but certain things don't add anything at all. And in some cases, they can subtract from a story, which,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what you're saying, so I don't really know why I'm parroting that point, but from my understanding, Stephen King's mostly like scary writers or scary
Uh-huh.
books, so I wouldn't enjoy any of that because I don't like scary.
Yeah.
Move my microphone just a little bit. Let me make sure my sound's still fine. Yeah, it's probably still fine. If it doesn't sound fine, let me know, because what you hear
Yeah.
and what stream hears should be more or less the same, so if there's any like buzzing or whatever. But
Typically classed under horror, but I mean, it's not like H.P. Lovecraft type of horror. It's
yeah.
more
Yeah,
suspense type horror.
there are so many different variations on the scary media story, so yeah. I don't really like any of them. Fear is not one of my favorite emotional states. But anywho,
I'm an adrenaline junkie, so
yeah. You get to ride all the roller coasters while I get to stay on the ground.
yeah, roller coasters are good.
All
All right,
right.
are we gonna Sudoku since it's like 12 after already?
It is. All right. Let's take a look at this one, which is was spoiled from last week. Saturn's Outermost Ring by Leonhard Cole Lorting. Normal Sudoku rules apply for each highlighted cell if the grid is rotated by 180 degrees around the center of the Sudoku. The contents of the new and old cell have to sum to 10. For example, row 2, column 1, and row 8, column 9 have to sum to 10. Digits in killer cages may not repeat and must sum to the number given in its corner. If given, of course. Now, we did a very similar puzzle, so it's probably going to have a very similar solve path. Now, for the previous very similar puzzle, we took a look at these columns. So let me highlight these in red, and these rows, highlight them in orange. We know that the rows and columns individually sum to 45, right? So this column is the digits 1 through 9. Add all of that up, that's going to be 45. This row, 1 through 9, add all of that up, 45. The places where the rows and columns cross are going to be double counted. But as long as we take all of that into account, 4 sets of 45 is going to be 180. If we take a look at this 29 and this 28, we can see that the rotation portion is going to have these two ends be included. Or more accurately, because I said that weirdly. These two are partnered together. And based on the highlighted rule, the ring around the puzzle, these two sum to 10. So if we add that to our 180, we're now at 190. And if we also take a look at these two, which are part of the 27, we add those as well. Now we're at
100.
200. Say again?
200.
Yep, 200. because those two, opposite sides of the puzzle, rotated 180 degrees from each other, must sum to 10. And so we can subtract everything that has a value associated with it. And I'm just going to grab a calculator real quick. 200 minus 29 minus 27 twice minus 28 is going to leave us with 89. So let's go ahead and subtract those out by just simply deleting those. Now we can also subtract out this pair, which is 10, this pair, which is 10, this pair, and that pair, which is another 10. So how many did I subtract out?
40.
That's going to be 1, 2, or excuse me, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for 40, as Mama said. Subtract 40. So that leaves me 49 in the remainder here with our doubly counted cells and then these two cells here. If we maximize those, what do we get? 2, 8, 9 pairs. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say 34.
And they would be
doubling
doubled because they're double counted.
Right.
So that's 68.
And 89 minus 68.
We're at 49
49.
now. Yeah. So
right,
how do we get
39 was 10. If that's maxed.
Say again?
If you maximize the doubly counted corners,
Uh-huh.
which is, yeah, they can't be 8 and 9 because they can't be maxed because that would be too much.
Mm-hmm. And we can't minimize them either because doing so would it would do something.
Well, if they were minimized 3, 6, that would be 12.
Yeah.
Which is not anywhere near enough.
Although we also have to double half of those, but that would be 6 plus another. Wait, would it be 6 plus another 6? Because the two columns are 12 each, or excuse me, 6 each. But then we put the 3 to double that twice, so it'd be 18.
Right.
If I did a 1 and a 1, a 2 and a 2, and then 2 more 3s. So that's 12 on its own, and then an extra 2 sets of 3 to get to 18. Now,
Well, the solid red cannot be maximized because that would be 8 and 9.
mm-hmm.
The 8 would have to go in the 9 cage. And the
Yeah.
9 would be in box 9. But then 1 would pair with the 9 cage, which would put a 9 in its corresponding, which would put 2 9s there. So that would not work.
So one thing that I know from the last time we did this puzzle or not the other version of this puzzle,
Right.
is that if we look in this row, for where can this digit be, right? I'll mark it in green. Where can it go in this row? Well, it can't repeat within the cage. It can't be in the same box. So it has to be one of these two digits over here. And let's say it was this one. All right, if I mark this cell green. If we look at this 8-cell cage, we see that the entire cage sees this cell right here. And now I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the cage, plus this 9th cell here. That must all be different, because the entire 8-cell cage sees this bottom right corner, and the entire 9-cell group sees green. So this green pulls out of all those, and this one finishes it out from the top of that wrench. And so if this was green, we could not place green inside of this wrench as we would need to, because we would run out of digits, no matter what green's value was. Right? If I tried to place a 2 in here, then I would need to end up needing to place 2 either inside of this or here. And since that's no longer possible, this is not green, and this one is green, but it's still doubly counted. Right. Keep that being green. Now, we know that this green pairs with this digit up here. Let's mark that. I don't want to mark it in purple, so I'll mark it in black. Actually, maybe we'll mark it in black. Why not? So we know that green and black pair together to make 10. Now, unfortunately, if we look in this row, black has to be one of those two digits, but we don't know which. Although, if this was black...
Right. Where is its counterpart, which has to be green.
And that would have to go here.
Right.
So we actually know that this is green and that is black.
Right.
And so those two, we know sum to 10. And since they're doubly counted, they now are 20, which we can remove, from our sum. So now we have 29 left in this pair that is doubly counted and this red pair there. So if we could learn what these two were... Wait, we can learn what those two are. We just simply look across the row here and across the row here, right? What are these two rows? Well, this is 45, that's 45. Add in this pair that sums to 10, subtract out this pair that sums to 10, and then this pair that sums to 10, and that pair that sums to 10. And I've now lost track of the pairs that sum to 10. So let's bring them back real quick. So 2 45s is 90. Add a pair, and that is going to be 100 now. Subtract out these two, and we're back down to 80. Subtract out these two. Now we're at 70. And now we can subtract out 57. And we're left with 13.
Yeah.
And then...
13 is 26.
Right. And then we subtract that from our 29, and we're left with 3, which means the red pair here is 1 or 2.
Ah, but if... Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, if it's 2, then the 9 cage is 8. If that's 2, then that's 8. That's 2 and that's 2.
So this must be 1. Wait.
Oh, I'm
No, if
sorry.
this was a
If
2, that was a 7.
right, it should have been 8. Wait a
If it
minute.
was 1 and 8, then these are both 2.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
think
said
I might have
2.
messed up. Yeah. Um, so
Wait a minute. But no,
this,
if it's
if this one's 1
oh,
and
right,
this
'cause
is
1 is
8,
1 and the other's 2. They
yeah,
were not the
then
same.
those both
Yeah.
2. So this must be 2 and 7 to give us 3 and 1.
Right.
The other way we can look at it is we know that these 2 are 3 and those 2 are 10. Subtract out 9, that gives us 4.
Right.
And so that must be a 1-3 pair. And since this is 1 or 2, or well, that one was 1 or 2, it must be a 1 and a 3, which brings back to 7 and then 2. So there's a couple of ways to do the exact same thing. But now we know that our green-black pair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they cannot be a 5 pair. But black cannot be 2 or 7, and therefore green cannot be 8 or 3, and it cannot be 1, which removes 9 from black. Okay, I don't need these to still be highlighted. Now, what else do we know about black and green and how they relate to orange? Although, is this 14 restricted enough? I don't think so. Not with the 1-3 yet. It must include 1 or 3, or both, but it cannot exclude both 1 and 3. Okay, so here's a question. If we look in box 9, where can I place the black digit? Well, it's not here, and it's not green. But I guess we haven't ruled out that it's not 1 or 3. The same thing is true here. We haven't ruled out that it's not 2 or 7. And then this 13 pair, well, whatever this pair is, it sees, like both of these two see black, and both of these two see green. So whatever these two pair, this 13 is, they cannot combine or they cannot interfere with the black green 10. So if this was, say, 3 and 7, I couldn't use 6, 7 as my orange.
Right.
So now, are there any pairs for the 13 that make the 10 impossible? I think there's too many possibilities for that to be a problem.
At this point, yeah.
So how do I narrow this down more? Well, perhaps that's not the issue, because if I look in here, this 1 and 3, they have to go inside of the 28. Inside here. This must be 1 and 3. So I know I have 1 and 3. Because they cannot repeat within their cage.
Right.
So they're ruled out of here and there. Now, green can't be 1 or 3, so this is a 1-3 pair just as is right there. And what do 1 and 3 paired with up here? Well, 7 and 9. So that is going to restrict our 13. 7 and 9 coming out of here, take out 6 and 4. So now I know that this has to have a 7 in it, the 29 up here.
Right. Oh, and not the 19 cage. 7 and 9 is 16. That's a 1 and a 1-2 pair.
And we know how those are supposed to be. This no longer has a 1, so this isn't a 1, and now green can't be 9. And this sees 2, so we cannot have a 2 in our 29. So now a 1 is required.
3 and
A
4 are
3.
required.
Well, if a 4 is required, then that can't be a 4 and a 9. So this is either 5, 8 or 6, 7.
Right.
If it was 6, 7, then this would have to be 2, 8. I believe. And if it's 5, 8, well, that just removes 8 and 2.
Right.
So we still have 3, 7 and 4, 6. So that's not narrowed down far enough yet.
The 27 on the right cannot contain a 1. 29 cage we know has to contain a 7. 3, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. "28 cage at the bottom we know has to contain 1 and 3." And you've got that marked.
Now, this 29 must include a 5 or an 8, a 6 or a 9. But I don't know if that's restrictive enough to mess with this 13. Because 5, 8, and 6, 7... Oh, wait no. If orange was 5, 8, well, this would just tell us which way it is. And if it was 6, 7, well, it would have to be 5, 9 then. Yeah. So if it was the 6, 8 pair, this would be a 5 and an 8. But then green's not very restricted with the 5, 8 version.
Oh, the 1 and the 2 in
Yeah.
box 3, their correspondents are 8 and 9.
Oh, right. 8 and 9 specifically. So this isn't an 8. This isn't a 5. So now this must include 6 or 8. And now this cannot be, both 6 and 8.
Right.
So it must be 5, 9. So 6 and 8 come out of here. So 2 and 4 are removed. One, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. 1, 7, 7 and 9.
And the other half of the 6, 8 in that row.
Oh yeah, it just goes right here.
Which is 6.
5.
And 6's counterpart from box 1 to, yeah. Okay, the 28 cage at the bottom cannot contain a 5 or a 4.
So now it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. 9 is out. 1 and 3 is out. We know 1 and 3 is out from over here. 2, 6, 7, and 4.
Ah, the 19 page in column 3, it
Hmm.
cannot be a 2 at the bottom because that would put 8 and 9. So where do you put 8, 9 in box 1? They can't go.
Oh,
They would have to both go there. So that can't be a 2. If it's
so now
4,
this is the only place for a 2.
yeah. A 4 leaves 15. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay. Well, this being 6 or 7 means green is one of those two, which means black is one of those two. Wrong. These two.
And yeah.
So black is required in here, and green is required in here. Neither of which breaks this. Although, well, no. Hmm. Three, four, five, and 6. This wrench, we know that these 3 are those 3. So what are these 3 in relation to... I guess those 3 are those 3, so we have a 4 here. One of 6, 7, 9, and then whatever that digit is inside of our 14. Well, a 4 down here is going to put a 6 up here. Oh, I have the 13. I don't need to highlight those anymore. This needs a 9 in it. And that 9 is one of these two, because the 7, 9 removes it from here. So 9 has to be one of those. So this 19 can't include a 9, which means it must include an 8. Now it includes one of 6 and 7, but that's not super helpful. But it means that this 27 can't include an 8 now.
How did you get the 8 had to be in that domino? I apparently was looking at
This
something else.
this 7, 9 forces 9
Mhm.
to be one of these two, because
Oh,
none
right.
of this can be 9 and none of that can be, so 9's here. 19 has to can no longer
Have an
include a
8 or a
9.
9, right.
Yeah, so now it must have an 8.
Oh, well, 8 can be placed in column 2.
Oh, right, because we've got it removed from there, so that places it.
An 8
Which
there
is
and a 2. Yeah. And
so now
now the
this,
27 cage cannot contain a 2.
so it must have a 3, a 4, and a 5.
And the 3 and the 4 have to be in column 8. But it doesn't mean that it can't be in box one of those.
Right.
The other 27 cage can't have an 8. Oh, we
Mhm.
already knew that. Never
Yeah.
mind. Oh, so now no. But now a 9 does have to be in the 27 cage. Because where can 9 go in box 1? Well, it has to be in column 3.
Right.
And that didn't seem to be very helpful.
Unfortunately not. Knowing it has to include green isn't very helpful.
Oh,
And we don't know that it can't include black, but even if we did know that, that we don't know what black is, we just know it sums to 10 with
right.
green. Well, what can this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all removed. And it can't be a 5 because then that would place a 5 immediately opposite. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. So that's not really helpful. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5. 2 and 8. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 and 8. 5, 6, 7, 9. Somehow that ended up being 8, which forces this to be 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, and 5. Because we know the 4 is on the bottom.
Right.
Six, 7, 2, and 8. And apparently also not 1. Okay, well, what can this 18 include? Well, it can't include 1, and it can't include 2. So apparently, it's just 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or these aren't 3.
Okay, 3 has to be in that 18 cage, so in row 3, so the 3's come out of the...
Oh, 6, because of the 6 and 4 pair. And I guess also the 6 over here.
Yeah.
Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 3 removes 1 and 3 from here, which is going to remove 7 and 9 from there.
Column 6, you can place an 8.
Not here, not there, not in the 18, and not in the 14. Not 2, and that can't be 8. So that's an 8, which places a 2. Four, 5, 6, 7, and 9. 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, where these two can't be 5.
27 cage on the left cannot contain a 5.
Why
There's a
not?
5. There's a
Oh,
5
there's
in
a 5 in
column
the
2,
column.
and it
7 and 6 are required. Okay. No, not okay. I was about to say it couldn't be the 1-4 pair, but you could put one of 1 and 4 over here on the left, and that'll
right.
prevent those from both being 3.
Oh, if 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 the 27 cage has a 4 and it is at in box 7, if that's 4, then one has to be over there on the side. 7, either 8, 5, or 8, 4. Thought I saw something that broke it, but maybe not.
You have a 3, 1, a 3. That 6, 7's not a
Apparently
problem.
I didn't I lost what I had thought I saw and now I don't.
Fine.
Maybe if it Well, okay. The the one that juts out into column 1,
Yeah,
if because it contains 2 low digits, either 1 and 4 or 2 and 3. Well, if it's
yeah.
2, that has to be 2. That cannot be a 3 over there,
Okay.
which means its corresponding can't be a 7.
Right.
And can we do something similar with this one? Because it has to have 2 high digits.
Yeah. So,
But it could be 6 up there in box 3.
yeah.
Could be 6 and 9. Oh, where's 3 in column 8? It has to go
Not
in the
here.
27 cage.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew that.
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5 have to go in there. It's just whether or not it's 6 and 9 or 7 and 8.
Right.
One, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, yeah. That leaves a 7, 9 pair for the other 2. 6, 7, 9 triple in row 8.
1, 3 pair. 4, 6. 1, 3, and 4, 6 is removed. I know 2 has to be one of those, but I don't think anything else is forced. Oh, well, I know 5 has to be one of these two. And it has to be one of those two. So this one isn't a 5, so that's not a 5. Okay. No. I was going to ask the question of whether or not this could be 4 or 6, but I don't think that breaks our green-black 10 pair.
In the 19 cage over to the left there, You can't have 6 in the top 2 because 6 would go in the bottom. Because 6 pairs with 5 for the 11.
Right. And you couldn't put a 5 there. Derp. If this was 478, it would pair with. Well, I guess this would just be forced to be a 6.
Right.
And if it was 568, that's a 7.
Mhm.
So 6 and 7 are removed from up here, but we already knew that.
Well, they already are because they're already in the box.
Yeah. Does this 27 have to have 9? It does, so this can't be a 9. But the 6 and the 7 could be down here, so we don't know. Not that that's important for anything else in here.
Actually, the 6 has to be up there. Oh, no, it doesn't. It could be at the bottom.
Although, if it
If
was a 6 here,
Right, then it becomes
then
4
this would
4
have
or
to be 4,
7,
7.
and yeah.
Wait,
Well, no,
in
because
this
okay,
column, we couldn't
if
put 6 in the 19 up top.
right,
6 is already in box 1. This cannot be a 6
right,
because 6, 7 knocks it out of that.
right.
And since we
So the
can't put the 6 up top, 6 has to be one of those two. This isn't a 6.
so the 6 has to be in, yeah.
I don't know if that's helpful though. One, 3, 4, 5, 6 means 5 has to be here. This isn't a 5. Now 5 is one of those two. Everything keeps being like nitpicky at this point.
Mhm.
Um
I see the 27 on the left again. Right. If it's 4 at the bottom, that's 1 over if it's 7 at the bottom, it has to have 2 and 3. Then that has to have 2. Okay, if it's 4 at the bottom of that 27, then the one off to the side has to be a 1.
right.
And if that's a 7, then it's a 2, 3, then it has to be eh,
It
then
would
it
have to be
doesn't have
2.
a 4. So that's a 1 or a 2, which
I
makes 8 or
noticed
9 over on the side. on the other side.
Right. 6 is removed. I noticed down here, 5 has to be one of these two. So 5 has to be one of those two. So this can't be a 5.
Oh, right. Or nor can the other one in that box, the bottom corner.
If this is a 4, then 7's removed from up here. But so would 4 be removed from up here. Wait, no. You could place a 4 up here, if that's a 4. And then that would be a
Right.
7. But we could still have
Well,
5 and
no.
6.
If that's 4, then that's a 6-7 pair in
Right.
the column. Oh, right. 4 would go up there. So that would either be 4 and 7 or 5 and 6. Yeah, never mind.
One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. 2's out of all of that. Now, if this was 4, that would have to be 1. So I couldn't put 1 in the rest. And if this was 7, well, I could either do 2 and 3 or 1 and 4. And actually, thinking back to this being a 7, I could do 4 and 1.
Oh, yeah.
So 4 comes
If
back, and 6 comes back. But I think that's the only thing that changes there. I guess I can control Z all the way back, but I think that's all the things that changes. Because this didn't align close enough to get anything
right.
going. Okay. We know that green is in here. Does black have to be in here? If this was a 6, this would be a 4, which would place 7 and 6. I wouldn't be forced to place a 4, I could still put a 2. And 3. And 9. If this was a 7... Wait a second. If this is a 6, that's a 4, that's a 7. And if this is a 7, then it's a 7. This cannot be a 7. And since 4 and 7 are paired, I cannot place a 4 up here with the 8. If this is a 7, that's a 4 and a 3. And if this is a 6, that's a 4 and a 7. If this is a 7, then this is 5, 8, and 6, and 4, and 3. If this is a 6, we get 4, 4, and 7. Hold on. If this is a 6, this is a 4 and a 7. 7's removed. 5, 8, and 6. Otherwise, it has to be 4, 7, 8.
Can't one go down in the center column of box 4?
Say again?
One can go in that column.
Oh. Yeah, 1 still goes in here.
Except on the bottom because of the 1-3 pair in the row, in row 6.
Right. This was a 4. This would be a 9. And if this is a 4, that's because this is a 6. And if this is a 6, then this is a 4. Well, now 4 has to be one of these two. Either this is a 4, or that's a 4. Removing 4 is a possibility from all of those. If that's a 3, this is a 1. 5, 6, and 7. This one couldn't be a 6. Why couldn't that? Oh, because of the 4, 6 pair. Okay. Well, 7 is out. 5 and 7 would be out. And 6 would be out. That would be a 4 and a 6.
Box 8, the 7, 9 would be a 9
Yeah.
in the regular, yeah.
4 and 6 would be removed. 7 would be removed. 6, 7, 9. That's not a 9. And that wouldn't be a 9. 5, 6, 7, 9. 7 is out.
Regular script 6 would also be out because it's a 6, 7 pair.
Right. 9 would be removed from there. Nine. Make that a 7. This is starting to feel cluttered.
Yep.
Six, 9, 1, 3, 6, and 9, 1, 3, 6, and 9, 7. No, this can't be a 3 because of 1, 3.
Well, let's look at the 27 on the right. It has to
3, 4,
contain
5, 6, 7, 9. Not 8. Do I know anything else about this column? I guess 3 is removed from that cell. Should not have bumped my mic. I apologize for that. One, 2, and 3. 8, 1, and 3. Okay. Well, 1 is one of those two. I don't know anything else. Okay. This 18, we know it's 3, 4, 5, and 6. 19. Either 4 and 7 or 6 and 5. One, 3. We already dealt with that in the call. Gosh darn it. Well, I know 3 is in this box, so 3 can't be any of these. If it's 7 and 8, they both have to be in this box. But the 6 could be outside. So if it was 7, 8, well, that would be the 8 and the 7 here. So that would place 9. But of course, 9 is either here or it's up there. And if that's 9, that would have to be a 6. Okay, either this is 6 and 9, or okay. If this is 7 and 8, we know the 7 is here. That would make that 6 and 9. If this is 6, 9, then I know that one of those two is 7. And then since I would know that that's not 8, that would be the other of 6 and 9. Not helpful. So coming back over here, if this is a 4, that's a 3 and a 1. And a 4, we know forces a 1 over there. If this is a 7, we don't know if this is still 1, 4. But we know if we have a 2, 3, the 2 is over here, the 3 is over here, we get 1 and 4, and a 7. Wait. No, if this is a 2, then we know there's no 4.
The 27 cage on the left?
Yeah.
Never mind. We already know 6 and 9 have to be in that center column.
Yeah. Six, 9, and 7. Which is the last of 1, 3, or 4. Well, we know that there's going to be a 7 in here. So if this was 4, then that couldn't have a 7 in it. And it would have to be 5 and 6. If this is a 7, then we'd have to place the 7 here, which would be a 4. So one of those is 4 regardless. But we already know that. Okay. That's not a useful triple. What are we missing? Like, seriously. The cracking the cryptic version didn't take us 2 hours.
No. But this one was supposed to have been harder too.
Yeah.
All right. If we look at the final cell of the grid, if that's a 9, then
We get a 9 there.
right, and it's 6, 8 in the 27 cage.
In this
No, 7,
27?
8. 7, 8
Yeah.
in the 27 cage. Sorry. But I said 6, 8, didn't I?
Yeah.
Meant 7, 8.
So that would make that 6 and that 4.
Or maybe we should look at the 5. Because there's only 2 spots in row 1 and row 9 where a 5 can go.
Mm-hmm.
That's not helpful, is it?
Not really. Alright, we know these are green and these are black. That means black has to be in here, and green has to be in here. Black is in that set, green is in this set. Green can't be 2. Black has to be one of those 2. Green has to be one of those 2. If this was green,
Then green
that
would
would
be
be,
6.
yeah, and this would be 3, which could not be black. Because this is minimum 9. Um, but if that's green, well, I don't know. Black can be in that group. Black can be in that group. Guess black could also be over here. If this 4-6 was black and green, what would that mean? I mean, obviously this would be 6 green and black 4. That would be 6, so that couldn't be black, so that would be. One of those two would be black. There and there. But if it's 3 and 7, three, 7 would be one of those. 3, 3, 7 would be one of those. 3 there. 7 would be one of those. I don't know.
I feel like we're just missing something obvious.
Probably. Just can't think of what it might be. Alright, I'm gonna mix and match these now. Even if it ends up making it cluttered.
The left one. Superscript 4 comes out. And
Why
regular
is
script
superscript
7.
4?
Because
Oh,
superscript
because of
to
the
the
4
right is
right next to
4.
it. Thank you. Okay, superscript 4 was 7 and 8. 6 was 5. No. The other way. There we go. 4, 9. 4 was removed from superscript. 3, 4, 9. 4 and 9 removed from superscript. 1, 3, 4, 5. 4 is removed. 1, 3, 4, and 5. 4 would be removed. 1, 3, 4, and 5. 4 would be removed. And then we'd have 5 removed from regular script or center script. 2, 4, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is removed. 6, 7, 9, 7's out. 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 7 is out. 1, 3, 6, 9. One will be removed. 2 will be removed from those. And if that's 5 and 9, a 4 would be gone. And if that's 5 and 9, a 4 would be gone from there.
And in row 1, in regular script, there's a 3.
Right. 3 and 1. 4, 6, we know that that would be a 6. One, 3, 4, and 6. 4 and 6 would be removed. 3 would be out. 1 would be out. 7, 9. 7, 9. Three would be gone. 1 would be gone. 4, 9 would take 4 out. And 1 would take 1 out. Now 3 is removed. So that would be 6, 7, 9, 1, 2, 4.
Column 7.
5, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 4, 3.
6 out of regular because the 6 at the bottom of the column.
Right.
Or well.
9, 5, 7, 9. 5 would be gone. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. 7, 9, and 5 and 3 would be gone. 9, 4, 4. So apparently this is a 9 in both cases.
Okay, we can go from that.
Um, 8, 5, 8. 4 would get removed. 3, 4, 5. 4 would get removed. 5, 6. 4 would get removed.
5
5
gets
would get
removed also
removed.
because of the, yeah.
this 4 removes that 4. Oh, that's a 5, then this is a 5, and that would be a 9. Five, 6, 8, no longer a 5. 6, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 and 7 would be removed. So now that's a 6, 8, 9 triple. 6 would be removed since that's a 6 in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And 6 and 9 would be removed. 3,
And
4,
7.
5, 6, 7, 9. And 7. So now we lose 7, 6, 8, and 9. 8 was already gone. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. 6, 7, 9. So 3, 4, 5 triple. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And 3, 5, 4.
3.
3's out from there. 3's out
3,
from the
4, 5 is
center.
the column, yeah.
Oh, did I mess up the superscript versions?
I don't know. But the
4.
superscript work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the superscript out for the moment. Actually,
There were just so many in there for superscript.
yeah. Five, 6, 4 would be gone. And if this is 5, 6, then that's 4, that's 6.
Not
Which means
6 in
that's
either
4.
case. And that's 4 in either case.
Why isn't this collapsing? Holy cheese. Well, 4 paired with 1. 2, 4
Oh.
would be a 6, 8 pair. And 9. Yeah. And if we get a 9 in here, that has to pair with 6. So that gives us the 3, 4, 5 triple.
Right.
Five, 5 and 6. 1, 1. Well, that one's 1 in the center script.
Right.
3 from center script. One and 3, and 1 and 3. Nine and 7. How are we still missing something?
I don't.
Unless we made a mistake somewhere. Which would be very upsetting.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting to get through this very quickly because it was the old version of the
Right.
cracking the cryptic puzzle we did yesterday. And then we just took the whole time on it.
Oh yeah, it's already 10.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I felt like my brain was foggier yesterday. Like I felt like I was fine
It
thinking
started out
through
so
this.
well.
Yeah, because the opening was mostly the same.
Right.
I mean, even if we just simply ignored the superscripts, what are we missing from the puzzle? We're missing those. But like from here, where's 3 in this row? That has to be there. This is the 4-5 pair.
7 in box 9.
All right. That's a 4, that's a 6. That would be a 2, that would be an 8. Which would be 5 and 8.
Seven pair in row 5.
This would be a contradiction there.
Okay.
So this is 2, that's 4. This is 8, that's 6. 5, 4, 7, 2, 6, 5, 6, 9, 7, 8, 5, 8, 7, 2, 5, 8, 9, 4, 7, 5. But that wasn't very satisfying.
No.
So is there any way we could have seen that sooner? So that was looking across here. No impact, no idea.
No, no clue.
Somehow these were 3s and 7s. 1s and 3s, 4s. 6, 7's out. 1 and 3 is out. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. 6, that's a 9, that's a 6. 6, 7, 6, 7, 7, 9, 7,
Well,
9.
the 27 cage on the left. Five corresponds to a 5. Corners. Oh.
And then from here, if this is a 4, that's a 5, and that's an 8. But a 2 places an 8. So that's the contradiction there. I guess maybe going back. But I mean, we did the bifurcation for if
Or green and black.
yeah. So like if these were 6 and 4, right? How did that impact things? Versus 7 and 4. I just don't know. I guess we've got this thing right here, where if this is green, that's black. So if that's 6 and that's 4, then that's 9. Whereas if this is 7 and 3, and 3, that would place that 3. But I'm not 100% certain how we got to that being 9 again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alright, well, we know that that's 7, that's 4, that's 6, that's not. And, okay, copy. I mean, technically we solved it. Bam. This was definitely a lot harder. I guess I have to go with regular nice because I don't know what the intended solve path was at the end. I don't know. I mean, we can... Maybe we just save it here and take another attempt at solving it correctly next time.
Maybe.
It'll give us a whole week to clear our brains. Do a little clean up on stuff that probably just those. And then just save it here. Damn. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna submit it here for now. But yeah. Some quick spoilers for anyone who wants to freeze it on the exact frame if it even popped up. But aside from that, if you want more content, that is going to be Final Fantasy VI, hopefully sometime this week if I can find the time for that. Then Monster Hunter World will be Saturday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And then Sudoku is Mondays and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to pay attention to the thingies, on YouTube, where it tells you that you can be notified for those. You can ring the notification bell for just that one upcoming stream. Aside from that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. Share the videos, ring the notification bell, yada yada. Anything you want to say as we sign off, Mama?
Sleepy night-night.
Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.